Hello, awesome people. Welcome back to Paasolo creation video tutorial. My name is Opoku A, and in today's video, I'm going to show you guys how to design a Christmas convention flyer in Adobe Photoshop. And also, we are going to look at this one is in the form of a landscape, and this one is in the form of a portrait. So you can print either as a sticker or a banner, okay? And then also, I'm going to show you how to design this church flyer as well, okay? So if this something interests you, make sure you click on the subscribe button if you haven't, and also turn on the post notification bell so that you, my friend, will get notified anytime we upload a new video. And lastly, don't forget to like the video and leave me a comment below. Okay, so I have a couple designs that I would like to take you through, but it is going to be in a series form. Okay, so after this video, the next one that I'm going to upload is going to be those ones. So we have this one that I'm going to teach you today. Then this one is going to be later. Okay, and I also did this one as well. And this one too, we are going to learn that one later, plus this one as well. And this is what we are going to do. So this is what we are going to learn from now till the year goes off. Okay, so if you, my friend, want these PSD files to help you speed up your work, you, my friend, already know how to do. Check the first link in the description below to get access to all these PSD files plus other more than 150 PSD files on this channel. Okay, so without further ado, let's get into this. So first of all, we are going to start with a Christmas convention, then we turn it into landscape, and then we come to this. Okay, so to start with, Ctrl+N to create a new document, and we are going to create an A3 document size. I'll select that and I'll click on create. So a new canvas is going to open just like this for me. Ctrl+O to fit everything to screen. Okay, so with this one, you see that I started with something like this, but let me first of all draw the outline. So let's say we are going to bring the logo over here. Okay, so I'll click and drag with the help of the shape tool over here. Okay, I'll click and drag a shape over here just like this, and then I'll check the link. And also, please, I will leave a link in the description below where you can get access to the source files. Okay, so I have this logo that I would like to use, so I'll click and drag this into Photoshop. Okay, scale it off and position it as how you want it. Okay, later we are going to change the color of this one to suit what we are trying to do over here. Okay, then I also did something over here, so I'll select my move tool, Ctrl+ to zoom in. Then you can hold down the space bar on your keyboard and you can pan around your document. Okay, that's a pro tip I've given you. Make sure you keep it well. Okay, so with this one, I'll select the shape, then I'll hold Ctrl+T. Okay, and then I'll right click and select the skew. Then from here, I can double click and move this one all the way up. Okay, so I can also enter a figure, which I'm going to know that this is the figure that I have typed, and I'll type -15 and I'll click on OK. So I'll draw a different shape. So select that, click and drag another shape, and then I'm going to put that one over here. So Ctrl+T, and I'll select the skew again. Then I'm going to move this guy all the way down here. So from here, I can change this one to the 15 that we did earlier. So click on enter, or if you want it straight, then make sure you do it yourself. So let me move this one all the way to 15. Let me try if I can get a 15. Then I'll click on OK to accept changes. Click on OK to accept changes. Then I can move this guy over here. Okay, so you can change the color to anything that you want, and then boom, you will be done from there. So let me select something like blue for now, and I'll click on OK. Ctrl+O to fit everything to screen. Next, I'll copy the name of the church into Photoshop. Okay, so I have already typed it to speed up this process. So with the help of my text tool, you can either click on T, that shortcut to select the text tool, and you click on your canvas. So I'm going to quickly do this. So when you add the font, this is how it's going to look like, and this is the font that I am using. I'm using the Open Sans. Okay, if you have been on this channel for a long time, you notice that this is the font that I use daily. Okay, so this is the font, and I have changed the main name of the church to a bold one, and then I changed this one also to regular. Okay, so that it is going to be easy for you to read. Okay, then also I made it small so that it doesn't cover the whole space, like maybe covering up to this place now. And this is where the logo is going to be. So next, I'm going to bring in the next text as usual, and then I'll add the Christmas convention and the text effect that I applied over here. So you see that there's a text effect that I applied before we come back to the background and see how we are going to go about it. So I'll add my next text, that's the present, and this is the font that I'm using. So if you want that, you can download that from the internet, okay, and use it as well. So this is the text, and then the next one is going to be the Christmas convention. So with the help of the text tool, I have already copied it. So I'll click on Ctrl C to paste that, okay. Then I'll change this one back to my Open Sans. So let me type in the font name, and I'll select the extra bold one. Then also I feel that the spacing in between them is too much, so I'm going to reduce the spacing. You see that the spacing is 200 here, so I'll click on 0 so that I have 0 spacing. And then I'm going to also cut this one out, so Ctrl X to cut. And also I'm going to make this one very big, and still I feel that the spacing is too much, so let me reduce this one to 30, -30. So if you want to reduce the spacing, here is it, where we have the VA. You can reduce the spacing in between them. Then from here, I can make a duplicate. So you can hold down Alt key and you click and drag. You see that when you hold down the Alt key, a white arrow joins the black one. So when you click and drag, it is going to make a duplicate for you. So I'll change this one also to the convention, okay. Then I'll change this one to the convention. I'm going to remove this one as well. And then the last text, I'm going to use this one. So select this one, and then I'm going to add my last text. So let me go here, and then I'll copy this one. So select that and you copy, Ctrl V to paste. So you notice that this is caps, so I'll change that one to small letters, and I'm also using the same font as this one, okay. And then reduce the spacing as usual. Then I can increase this one by myself. Ctrl O to fit everything to screen. Okay, so this is what we have now. So elaborate, applying the effect and everything else. But before that, let me try to add the images of the people who are hosting this program. So here are they. I've already made a selection about it. If you don't know how to make a precise selection like this one, you can check the first link or the card above to learn how to make a selection in Photoshop. So I'll click and drag this one over here, all right, meaning I'll select this one and then reduce the size of this one as well. And then this one is also going to be here. I'll add a layer mask to this one. So with the layer mask, I'm going to blend this one in with the background. So paint with white, paint with black against the white, and you can reduce the opacity a bit so that it is going to blend in nicely, okay. Then from here, let me add a red background to it so that I'm going to start to get the feel that I wanted to have. So I'll double click and select the red, a deep red like this, and then I'll click on OK. So I'm selecting that and I'm going to change that one to white. All right, then from here, I'll make a duplicate of this one. So Ctrl G to make a duplicate of the shape that we just drew. So Ctrl G to make a duplicate, and I'm going to bring this all the way down. Then I'm going to change the color of this one. So double click on the thumbnail to open the color picker, and I'll select black. Then I will move this one beneath this one. So select and move that one here, okay. All right, then I'll go back to my source files and I'm going to click and drag this one. So I have also made a selection around these ones, okay. So I'll click, then I'll click on this mark to accept changes, and I'll do the same thing for all of them. All right, so from here you see that here we have only the head of the people showing, so we don't need the full body or most part of the body. So I'm going to select all of them, then right click, and then I'm going to convert this one to a layer style. Okay, then I'll select the first one and I'll select my rectangular marquee tool over here. Then I'll make a selection of the place that I don't want and I'll click on delete. So I'll do the same thing to all of them and I'll come back quickly. And also guys, you can see that I am scaling the images down to get it how I want it. Okay, so this one is going to be here, but I will cut some part off. And then I'm going to click and drag him all over the top so that it's going to be shown very well. This one is going to be here. This one is going to be here. I'll select all of them and then I'm going to make it small because I don't want it too much, so very tiny one. So this one is supposed to be up a bit, just like this. And this one is also going to be here. So normally what I try to do is that I try to make all of them, their head equal. So I think this one is almost the same as this one. Alright, so when you're done with the scaling and position, then you can also use the rulers, okay, to help you arrange it very well. So I would like to bring this one at the very top and then also align these guys just like this. Okay, so let me also bring another arrow here so that I can also bring this guy here, this one here, and this one is also going to be here. Let me make this one a bit bigger. Okay, all right, so from here I'll add the layer mask to this one. So I'll click on this one to add the layer mask and you can see the layer mask is being added. Then with the help of my brush tool, okay, so select the brush tool from here and then I'm going to reduce the size using the square bracket. So the left square bracket will reduce it and the right one will increase the size. And you see here is white, so I'm going to paint black on it. Okay, so I'll start to blend these guys in. Let me increase this one all the way to 100% so it is going to be easy and fast for me. So blend this guy in. Let me add a mask, so I'll go back to my move tool and I use shortcut -V. Select the next one, add a layer mask to it, and I'm going to repeat this process on all of them. So at the end of the day, when you're done with it, this is how it's going to look like. Okay, let me increase this one a bit. It seems too small for me. And also I'll increase this one also slightly. Then Ctrl O to fade everything to screen, and I can select all of these images and group it, and you can also name it as maybe photos, pictures, whatever. So this is what we have now. So you can take your time to blend these guys in. Okay, you see it's not well done, but we have to move forward because we have a lot to do, or we have a lot on our plate. So I would like to take this one off for now, so I can only deal with the group. So let me increase the size a bit, not too much. Okay, then from here, what I would like to do next is to start to blend in, start to apply the text effect. Okay, so we are going to use a text warp. Okay, so let me move this one down a bit, select this image and let me increase the size. So increase the size so that this one and this one will become like, the length will become the same thing. Okay, so we have this one as same as this one. Okay, but if you feel it is too much, you can reduce the size. Okay, then I'll move this one also up. select this one. Then with this one selected, we will go to type, select that, and then with the options we are going to select warp test. Okay, so when you click on this, you are going to get this pop-up or this dialog box. Let me undo this one, just move. So let me undo, type and select the warp test, and then you see we have none for the style. So you can change the style to anything, like you can select anything. We even have fish. Okay, so whatever that you want to select, you can do, but in this case I'm going to use this one, the upper arc, and then reduce this one a bit down. Okay, so maybe 34, select OK, and then I will move this one a bit down. And also I want to cover this space. Okay, so I'll go back to type and select warp type, and I'll also select the upper and reduce this one. Okay, let me increase it just a tiny bit. Okay, so that I'll have the spacing like same thing. Then I'll click on OK. So this is basically the text effect that we are trying to add over here. So with this one selected, you see that we have some gradient and some other stuff on it. So let's try to do the same thing. So first of all, I'll go to effects and I'll click on gradient overlay. Alright, so I realized that this is not the font that I use here, so let me quickly change that. Okay, but you can go with this one as well. So this is the actual font that I used over here. So here is it, select that. Okay, so this is the actual font that I use, and it is called Benzene. Okay, so you can get this font from Google when you search the name, and you can also use it as well. Okay, so I'll select this one and I'll go to effects, and with a gradient overlay, I'm going to click on that. So I'm going to apply a gradient overlay on it. I mistakenly selected pattern, so let me uncheck that and select gradient overlay. So this is the effect that I would like to add. So let me open this one for you to see. So you see that I drag this one from here to 53. So when you have yours here, undo, when you have yours at this place, you can quickly type 53 and it will come here. Then let me open this one so you will know the color code that I use over here. So this is the first one and this is the second one. You can click on the new to save this one and use it later. Click on OK to accept changes. Then also I added some drop shadow, so click on here to add a drop shadow. And you can go with these figures: 13, 13, 59, opacity 41, multiply. Then you can also add a bit of stroke on it. So this is the figure for the stroke. You can reduce it to even 5. Okay, so let me maintain 7 and I'll click on enter. So basically this is the text effect we added over there, and then we are going to apply the same thing here. So for me not to repeat the same process, I'll click on this one, right click on it, and I'm going to copy the layer style over here. So copy layer style, and then I'm going to paste the layer style. Okay, so paste layer style, and boom, we are going to have the same effect. Control O to fade everything to screen. Then let me move this one a bit up here, and also I'll move this one all the way up. And yeah, basically this is it. Then from here I will change this one to white, and then also I'm going to change the color for the small one here as well. So with that one, I'm going to select this color from here. Then next, you can see that from here we added the theme. Okay, so let me quickly do that. So with the help of a shape, I will click and drag this one to get a nice rectangle shape like this. And then we are going to apply a nice gradient. You see this gradient, so let me apply that one. So with that one selected, go to effects and apply a gradient overlay. So from here I'll change the style to linear, and then also I'll open this guy. Okay, and I'm going to select this gradient. So this is what I'm going to use. Okay, so here is white and here is a light yellow. Click on OK, and I'll click on reverse to switch the position. Okay, and basically this is going to be red. So we can click on OK, and we can add our theme. So here is the theme. So I'll copy that, and then let me increase the size of this one a bit. Click on OK. Then with the help of my text tool, I can add my text, and with that one I'm going to change this one to Open Sans. Then let me move this one in position, and I'll change the color to the background color, that's the red. Click on OK. Then with the help of the text tool, I'm going to divide this one. So let me bring one down, and also I'm going to make this one caps and leave some space in between them. Okay. Alright, then I'll increase the size here. So increase it to fit some space. Then I'm going to make a duplicate, change the color to black, and you know themes comes with quotation, so I have that one here, so copy that. Then I'm going to replace this one. So with the help of my text tool, you can replace this. Ctrl V to paste, and make this one 1, and I'm going to reduce the size, and I'll move this one all the way up. We can select all of them and align this one to the center. So select this one with the shape and align this one to the center. Then the next thing that I'm going to do is to make a duplicate of this one and change this one to be the theme. Then I'll also select color for my theme. So basically these are small things that you have to do, and also you can also draw a small shape here. So you, with the help of the pen tool, you can use the triangle shape that we have here, but some people might not have the latest version of Photoshop, so you might not have the triangle, so you can use the shape. Okay, so with the shape you can just draw something like this. Okay, and then we create a shape out of it. So we can copy a color sample from here, click on OK, Ctrl O to fit everything to screen. Okay, so you see that basically we are getting there small, we are getting there. So the next thing that I also like to do is to add a layer mask to this one. With the help of the brush tool, let's blend this in with the background. Okay, and we can move that guy a bit down. Okay, then I'll click on this one. So you see we can just, so without it and with it, you see how we have turned this one around with just a twinkle of an eye. So we can add the names of them on top here. Okay, so I'll quickly do that one. The details like the date, the time, and everything is also going to be here. Alright, so if we add the date, the time, this is how it's going to be. So you can apply a gradient over here, a line, and a shape. So the time is going to be in section, so the first section and the second section. And also let's add a name and let's see the difference. So if you add a name to, this is how it's going to be like. Okay, so you can add a name and it's going to be like this. And also you see that here is a bit cut off, so I'll select the layer mask and then I'll make the brush very small, and then you can blend this one in. Okay, so we are going to have this one and it is not showing much. And what you can do also to make the images pop is to go to select the image, go to image, select, and then we can select the levels, and we can increase the blacks, and you can also increase this. Okay, and if it still lacks color, you can go to image again, select, so make sure you have that one selected, image adjustment, and select vibrance. So let's increase this. Okay, so we can add a bit color. Then we can go there once more. So let's go there again. Let me select brightness and let me increase the contrast. Okay, so we start to get some colors. So these are tiny things that you can do to all of the images. So let me leave the rest for you to also try your own. So you can do this to, enhance the quality of your image. Okay, then I'll also add the name of the pasta over here. Okay, so this is going to be something like this, and I think it's very nice. You can move it on top here. Then you can see that the background, we added something to it, making it a bit interesting. So to do that, let me select my background from here, open this one, select this, and then I have this stock image that I will have to use. So I'll click and drag this one here. Then I will scale this one up to fill some space. Then you know what to do. We have to change the blending mode. So if you don't know where you are changing it, you can select, or you can go through and pick one that is nice to you. Okay, so let me select multiply and reduce the opacity, okay, or the intensity. Okay, so you can either select multiply or darken, so any of them that works for you, and you can deal with the intensity to have something nice. Okay, then lastly, you see that we have this Christmas gift over here, and this one also was here as well. So let's try to bring those things around. So with our design, I'll go to my source files, which I'm going to leave a link in the description below for you to get them and follow along easily. So I'll bring this one into Photoshop. Then I'll move this guy here. All right. Then I'll make a selection of this one using the loose selection tool. Then Control. So before that, let me rasterize the layer. Control S to cut and Control V to paste it anywhere. Then I'm going to click and drag this one also here. Then Control O to fit everything to screen. And lastly is going to be this one. So these images or these stock images comes with no background. Okay, so you can easily position them or leave them where you want to leave them. And boom, there we go. This is how you can design this one in a landscape or a portrait form. So let's quickly look at how you can go about the landscape one. So Ctrl+N, and let's say we are using the same, or maybe we are going to do that one as a banner. So let's say the banner size is 4x5. So here is going to be 5. So let me select inches here. Here is going to be 60, and here is going to be 48. So 4 times 12, 48, 4 times 5, 60. Okay, and here is going to be 72 because the size here is already big. And I'll click on create to create a new canvas. Since we have the first design here, we are not going to start everything from scratch. What we are going to do is pretty simple. I will select these images. So first of all, I will click and drag the background there. So select this one and move this one here. So this is going to be for the background. Scale it to fill some space. Then we can select all and position it nicely. Ctrl O to fit everything. Then I will lock the background for now because I don't need it anymore. Every element is in its group. Okay, so it's easy for you to find something and change something. So I will leave a link in the description below so you can get access to this PSD file so that it can help you speed up your work process and also help you get more clients and more. Okay, so this is a way you can support the channel, and this is a promo. So this promo goes for 80 cedis in Ghana cedis, and I think $6 to $7. Okay, So you can get this one to support the channel and also help you get more clients and more works. Okay, so we have many designs that is on that, and it is more than 150 PSD files. Okay, and you are going to have access to that files through Telegram account. Okay, so when you come to the page, you see all the files there, and you can start to download and use it in your project. So that's it. Let's finish up this one so we can go to the next thing. So I will click and drag this one here. So move this guy here. You see that I am struggling to bring this one here. So let me bring this guy here so that I can quickly move this. So bring this guy here. Then my image, my pasta is going to be here. Let me undo. My pasta is going to be here. Okay. Then also I'll have the name of the church, the logo, everything is going to be here. Let me lock the background. Then move this one here. Then also we are going to have this text. Let me undo. Select all of these things. Then I'm going to move these guys here. Let me undo. I think I left something, so here is it. Move everything and then move this guy here, and I'll position this one here. You can also scale it up if you like. Then also I'll select these images, then click and move this one here. Ctrl G to group, scale this one down, and I can position them just here. Then also I'll make a selection of this. So let me see. So let me log this photos so I can select only this one. Click and move this one here. So this is going to be here, and I think I have a line to divide these guys. So select and move this one here as well. All right, so the last thing is going to be for this. Okay, so I'll select these guys, and then I'm going to position them here as well. I noticed that the time didn't come, so let's try again. Let's undo this one, and let's see. We have it now, so I'll move that guy here, and then I'll also come and add this one here as well. Ctrl O to fit everything to screen. So this is how you can go about it. So the last thing that I forgot to do that I would like to do is to add the name of the pastor, the host. Okay, very important. So let me add the name here. So this is how you can design a Christmas convention flyer in Photoshop. I wanted to add this church flyer design in this same video, but I can see that the video is going to be too long, so this is going to be posted first, and then I'm going to also do this one with you guys so you will know the process that I take to design these nice and catchy flyers. Thank you very much for watching this video. Please, if it is your first time here, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and not just subscribe, hit the post notification bell so that you, my friend, will get notified anytime we upload a new video. Until next time, keep creating and never give up. We love you.